Alright, hi everyone, my name is Snailing. Welcome to the Snaipple podcast, and as per usual, in our Snaipple traditions, we're all wearing ball gowns. I'm joking, I'm not wearing a ball gown. Props to whoever can guess whatever I'm wearing, but really, don't think about it, please. That's just weird. But, what I meant by that is just, it's a Thursday evening, I'm on my bed, it's nighttime. So, and I find that these are the ideal circumstances for me to record because when I tried recording sitting at a desk, or whenever I do try that, I've tried that in the past too, and it just doesn't work out. So I'm not sure if I'm used to a sort of setting every time I record. I wish I could just take the time to make every setting super aesthetic so that I could actually film myself talking, but I don't think it would even be as cool as I think it will be, because I know plenty of people still listen on Spotify and no one would really care to actually watch me talk. Like, the whole purpose is so that you could disconnect, so that you can minimize the window if you're watching on YouTube, so you could just have Spotify playing in the background and you could do whatever. So I'm not gonna do that. But the thing is, I have certain circumstances under which I always record. It just gives me the drive to talk consistently. Yeah, when I do it at a desk, I don't find that I can either talk consistently or I don't find that I like whatever I'm talking about. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes I get a little more nervous every time I record, and I want to say that I really enjoy recording. That's part of why I even do it. But I'm getting sappy. That's not the point. The point is, in our Snaipple tradition, I have some sort of ailment plaguing me. This time it's not an eye infection, it's not a headache. My mouth hurts. My gums hurt because I'm pretty sure I got my wisdom teeth growing in, so that's not cool. It hurts a lot. It hurts to eat. Okay, it doesn't hurt a lot. It just causes me severe discomfort whenever I eat. It's not a good feeling. I originally thought that it was caused by potato chips, because I have this thing that if I eat a lot of potatoes, particularly potato chips, or if I drink a lot of soda, I mean, that thing isn't good for you. You shouldn't be drinking a lot of soda or eating potato chips, but sometimes you do eat them. Because I was having a little party with my mom. So sometimes I have these little parties with my mom. We might put on a movie of some sort. Maybe she's just watching whatever she's watching on Netflix. I'm really not a fan of movies. I've stopped watching movies these past days, months even. I just don't watch movies. It makes me feel like I'm a horrible person for not joining my family watching a movie every evening, but I got better things to do. But this time I did join her because there was food. So the food that was there in question was... it wasn't even food. It was those little tortilla chips, corn chips, whatever. And I know I was talking about potato chips, but that's basically the same thing. They're chips. So they're not healthy for you. Don't eat them much. So, yes, and chips are always eaten with beer in my house. So yeah, my mom literally called me out to have a beer, which is okay. It's not bad so long as she can control it, and I'm really out here snitching on myself, aren't I? But having a little beer is not bad. Snailing can have a little beer, some salami with the beer. And the food is there so you don't get drunk. But the thing is, I might have gotten drunk during that experience. So I felt very dizzy all of a sudden. So I just sat there. And I don't know if that's what feeling tipsy is like, but I felt that, man. So, yeah, I don't think that my reaction time or my thinking was impaired much, if in any way, because I really can't say if, like I said, I've never experienced being drunk. Look at me, being a goody two-shoes, but I've never experienced being blackout drunk or drunk at that point. So it was completely new to me. So, yeah, point is, I got dizzy, and I was just sitting there watching a show. Yeah, it was called Into the Night, where basically this group of people, they got on a plane. They had a plane, and they always flew to the west because the sun, in my mom's words, the sun was spitting out some radioactive stuff, so that's what killed everyone. And I mean, it's a cool concept, okay, but I don't really enjoy apocalypse stories. Like, what else can you say? We are living through an apocalypse, dog. You think I'm gonna enjoy some zombies or just random death? No, that's the last thing I need. So yeah, potato chips are bad. They make you dizzy. It was kind of fun, but also kind of scary because I'm not sure if it was even enough to tip me over. Like, it was 1.5 bottles of beer. How bad an effect could that have had on me? I'm not gonna get into my drinking life because I don't drink much, if at all. Okay, not at all. We've established that, but I don't drink much because my mom wouldn't let me drink every weekend because she is a responsible parent. She only lets me have some every once in a while. And I don't want to imagine me drunk or high or anything like that, because if I have, let's just say, crackhead personality while I'm sober, just imagine how bad I'll be if I'm intoxicated somehow. Yeah, just don't. I'm not supposed to be recording like that, you know? I mean, I might pull an Elon Musk, but I'm not naming my kid that. I'm not naming it that atrocity. I don't even know how to speak at this point, but you know, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna have a space corporation, but I might record while smoking weed. I don't know. I don't have access to weed. No, do not call the cops on me or my mom. Do not tell Raymond Snailing. Do not tell them that Raymond Snailing does these things, because she doesn't. This is a very great cover-up story. But yeah, I thought that those tortilla chips, those corn chips that I ate, that they somehow irritated my gums, because you know how when you eat potato chips or just chips in general, I really seem to like the combination of potato chips in one sentence. But just know that I'm talking about chips, crisps, whatever your beliefs are. So it irritates your gums because sometimes the sharp parts get on your gums. So that's not a nice experience. And I've totally had those experiences because I used to have days. There was this time in my life where I ate chips a lot. It was just, now that I think about it, how did I even eat that much? Like, what's in there to like so much about them either? My sister is in that phase now. She really loves potato chips. I don't know, I guess it's just a phase that everyone goes through at some point in their life, along with like being rude and edgy and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, it turned out that I'm actually growing those wisdom teeth. So I might be getting a little smarter. Who knows? If I'm no longer Raymond Snailing, but like Dr. Snailing, you know why. It's because I've obtained all that wisdom from those teeth. Why do they even call them wisdom teeth? I never bothered to look them up. Is that even a phrase in English? It has to be. It has to be. Anyway, my third molar teeth, I don't know why I just paused there. My third set of molar teeth is growing in, and it's not pleasant. That's the takeaway. I can't believe I went on talking about teeth for 10 minutes. But you know what else new I find emerging on my body? Moles. You wouldn't believe it. Like, usually you would get moles if you go out into the sun. But thing is, I don't go out. I don't know if you're aware, but I am not allowed to go outside. And I don't go outside because I care about the public. I care about everyone staying safe. And I have no business going outside, if I'm honest. I might, but like, who cares? I like staying home. So I just find moles on myself, on my body, where I didn't usually have them. And most of them, okay, not most of them, I keep saying as if there's so many new moles, so many new markings on my body. No, that's not true. I'm a very moly person, actually. So I can't possibly keep track of all the moles I have. But I can tell when I have a new one in like a specific spot or something, you know? And the new one I discovered is on my stomach. I don't show my stomach to anyone. Why is there a mole? Like, I don't, like I said, I don't show my stomach to anyone. Those are very private. No one's ever gonna see my stomach. And the outside world definitely doesn't see my stomach. So what's the deal, huh? So yeah, that's kind of weird. But also another thing I found weird is because I had a little self-care day yesterday. So yeah, I'm all clean, I'm all taken care of, stuff like that. So my mom asked me why I keep taking care of myself if I don't go outside. By taking care of myself, I mean like washing my hair and shaving and stuff. She's like, why do you do that if you don't go outside? And you know what? I just said like, ew! Because I am right. That's disgusting. Why? And I talked back. I was like, yo, dog, that's disgusting, mom. And like, okay, she takes care of herself because she goes outside. I'm not sure if it's because she also has the basic human decency that you would find in people staying home. But she has to go to work. She's not an essential worker, but she's got called back to her office. So she goes outside every day, almost every day. I'm basically the weird one at home because I take care of myself, because I like to look nice, because I like to feel nice and stuff. And, okay, my mom actually shot back with a nice point. I make it sound like it's some sort of intense argument. Oh, I could talk about debating later. But it wasn't really a debate. It was just a discussion, a little conversation. We didn't even talk about it much. Probably less than I've spent talking about it on the podcast. But still, she said that for some people, self-care is just letting yourself go. Yeah, self-care is not taking a shower, not washing your hair, because like the grease is disgusting, man. I've been through phases where I didn't wash my hair for like a week straight, maybe more. Mostly because I was sick, actually. Because when you're sick, when you have a cold, when you're just not bedridden, but you know, when you're treating yourself, it's just commonly believed, at least in my culture, that you're not supposed to, okay, not bathe. Maybe bathing would be nice, but having water on your head, it can be, I don't know, harmful because the moist area can get cold, and you don't want cold stuff on your body if you're sick. Yeah, you need to keep warm when you're sick. I guess that's how it works. And I still do think I abstain from that, but your girl's healthy most of the time now, so it's so funny how I'm healthy, but I literally have a tradition of having ailments. But okay, at least it's not a cold. At least it's something I can push through and actually take care of myself with. So I've been through not washing my hair for a while. I've been through not taking care of myself for a while, definitely. And I think it's good for me to have a routine like that, and just asking me that. Having a routine is so good for me, like, because I always have a schedule on when I wash my hair, when enough grease is enough, when it should be clean now, or like when I shave, even though I don't go outside, and no one does that for someone else. They always keep themselves clean for themselves. Like, if you enjoy not shaving, fine. If you're growing out like a quarantine mustache, fine. I mean, I can't grow out a quarantine mustache, but you know, like legs and stuff. I like being bald, man. What do you want from me? So I think it's very damaging to actually put that routine of mine in question, because you're just planting the possibility that I don't even have to do that. And you know what? That's going to make me feel bad about myself. It makes me feel so very good that I'm taking care of myself in such a way. And you asking about that, it's actually offensive. Like, why would you ask someone why they take care of themselves? it takes so much effort to actually go ahead and take care of yourself. It takes a lot of effort to just push yourself enough to do that exercise, to, to work out, to take the time to make sure that you're all clean and taken care of. Yeah, I find it kind of disrespectful that I'm doing all these things and you're treating it as if it doesn't matter, as if I know that I always have the option not to do that. It's part of like autonomy and stuff. But if I want to do that, who are you to stop me? Why do you want to question why I'm doing that? I don't know if the way I'm talking about it even makes sense. Like, just mind your own business, lady. I know she's my mom. She has the right to ask me that, but doesn't she like seeing me pretty? I know I like seeing myself pretty. I like feeling pretty. If that's what you're not into, Mom, then fine. But you know what other thing is fine totally being into? Anyone. Because it is Pride Month, baby. It is illegal to be straight, baby. I'm just gonna excuse myself right now because I'm straight if you didn't know. But like, if you're gay, if you're bi, if you're trans, if you're closeted, if you're out, I see you, I love you, I support you. And anyone who supports me, all 25 of you, I do hope you support the LGBT plus too, because they are lovely people. Just let them be who they are. I am all about self-expression if you didn't know. So I just really want people to be able to express themselves fully and just be super proud of who they are, especially if they only get like 1 month of recognition the whole year. And like, that's only in places where it's not illegal to be LGBT. Like, I live in a place where it's illegal, very illegal, like death penalty illegal. And I'm from a country where it's still illegal for same-sex marriage to take place. Like, it's also super frowned upon in my culture, which, well, I need to rephrase that. That's not my culture. That's the culture surrounding the LGBT just in general in my country. So if you ask the average person, it's more likely that they would not be accepted, which is unfortunate. So I do have to clarify that that's not my culture. I do not welcome that. I do not tolerate the hate. I find it so disgusting how in the Constitution in my country, it's actually defined that marriage is like a bond between a man and a woman, which is so whack. Like, why can't you even say that between two people? Why does it even have to be between a man and a woman? Oh, because if everyone was allowed to, like, you would just marry your homeboys, right? I would. Just go ahead, marry my homegirl, and be like, yo, dog, it's so cool that we get to share, like, legal stuff that if I die, you get to have my property. You get to have everything I own. Isn't that cool, homie? Because no one says that there has to be love in marriage, but it's so whack because that's just how it is. Like, you gotta love someone, man, but you're not legally bound to live with them. It's just a legal affirmation that, oh, you trust this person enough to entitle them to certain privileges. So I guess, yeah, you need to have someone you trust, which would be a loved one. But, you could love your homie, man. You could trust your homie with your property. Why not? Actually, when I was younger, I think everyone has this idea when they're younger to write a will, just in case something happens to them, You just see people writing their wills, and you're like, should I be doing that? When is the appropriate age to start writing a will? Or to actually have one, to write one? You have to believe that you're gonna die soon, right? I don't believe that I'm gonna die soon. Do I have to have a will? But anyway, when I was younger and I was thinking about who I would include in my will and how I would distribute my wealth and my property, a lot would go to my best friend. It's just that I have to specify that I want my property to go to a specific person. Why can't that specific person have a legal certification that they're my friend? Why can't we should have a thing that's like friend marriage, You need to have a way to marry your friend to legally show that they're your friend. It would actually save so much trouble if you're out, if you need to rescue someone, then you're like, oh, that's my friend. And sometimes they would ask you to prove it. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's actually a thing. Like, oh, prove that you're their friend. It's just that usually they would ask the person if they know you, and they would say, yeah. But if the person is unconscious, if they're in a medical emergency and you want to see them, then you could just use a paper to prove that they're your friend. If you're in a vulnerable position, a lot of people can just step in and say, oh, that's my friend there, when they're actually not your friend. So if you had a paper that confirmed that you were friends with that person, wouldn't it be so neat? It's not just with a restaurant. Say that all your friends are inside and there's a line outside, so you have to just get in. You have to tell them that your friends are inside. You just show them the paper like, yo, that's my friend. And it's called a friendship certificate. And you know how some people have like friend anniversaries they called it? Imagine you could legally become friends and you would be able to celebrate legally become friends. Isn't that so neat? Why am I not running the country? Any country at that. I would introduce friendship certificates. I don't know why I got so stoked on that. It's just, yo. Yeah, you can have like a friend divorce? Bro. Just divorce your friends, because if they do you wrong, it doesn't have to be an argument. You don't have to block them or anything. If they do you wrong, if they betray your trust, if they cheat on you as a friend, okay, then cheating would not be established in that, I don't think. I don't think there's necessarily a law. It's just that you would need a good reason to split up with your friend. Like, to divorce your friend, okay? You need a reason. You go to court and you're saying, this dude slept with my girlfriend, so I'm divorcing him as a friend. And it doesn't have to be weird between you. You don't have to block each other on social media. You can just file a restraining order against your friend. So your friend would no longer be able to just have visitation rights to your house. I think that's so funny. And like, friends are found family, same as a spouse. I think they can work the same way. It's just that, imagine, but it would be so lit that you would be able to officially call someone your friend, because people informally or unofficially call themselves married all the time before they actually sign the papers. So if you could do the same thing with a friend, you would not only be able to like marry your homie and save the marriage thing strictly for your loved one, if, you know, polygamy is illegal. Like, bro, that's such a great idea. How come I've never thought of that? Just have a whole process of becoming friends. Dude. And they would also have rights, like the same rights, okay, maybe slightly less than your spouse would, your legal spouse. So they would also be entitled to, I don't know, visiting you at the hospital if you got sick or something, or in the ER or wherever. I think that's a right that people in marriage have. Also, like a joint bank account with your homies. I don't know if that's cool or not, but man, that's cool. And when you die, they get to sue your spouse for property. They all get to fight for the property. You go out with a bang and everyone just runs to divide your property. That's so lit though. But also, yeah, I'm not sure if it's actually illegal to be polygamous, but if you trust several people to these bonuses, I guess, to have this legal power over something, to have custody of your kid, I don't know, what's marriage for even? I'm not even familiar with it, but still, like, why can't you have someone? Is polygamy legal? Does it only have to be this one supreme person that you separate from the crowd? Like, you pick out this person, this is the one. I'm gonna marry them, I'm gonna let them have the legal benefits of being my spouse. I'm gonna entitle them to the citizenship of my country if they're from a different country. But yeah, you're not legally bound to even live together or anything. They just have certain privileges that they can use in the legal sphere. So point is, marry your homies. We would all be marrying our homies if we could, right? How would you even propose to your homie? Like, I would imagine it's super stressful to propose to your loved one, even though you're like 99% sure they'll say yes. Like, that's the point you gotta propose, right? You're proposing to your homies. You're like, yo, homie, will you marry me? And they're like, nah, man. And you just walk away from y'all's date. Like, what was this friendship for 3 months? Even 4! That's so heartbreaking. But to be fair, really, when you're proposing marriage, it's literally like, yo, let's sign a paper together. And they decide if they want to sign the paper with you or not. If it comes down to it, it's really just papers. Like, you don't develop new feelings when you ask that. And when you go through with it, you don't develop new feelings. Nothing changes, right? You just legally get to call someone that, your spouse. And yo, dog, I am like revolutionizing the marriage industry. Snailing has done it again. Another industry dominated by snailing. But to be fair, I do really like just the feelings part of any relationship. Like, it's just nice to have that love and to cherish someone. Love in itself is such a great feeling, and it makes me so much more happy to be able to experience that. Like, you're happy being in love with someone, and then you're double happy because you're experiencing that. Like, that's just so lit. So if you want some legal document to confirm that, then yeah, sure. That's the beauty of it. And I'm not doubting that there's a lot of marriages that are literally just done for the legal benefits. And I suppose they're entirely in the right to. You know, it's always nicer to have feelings behind that. So yeah, just marry responsibly, fam. That's all I have to say. I got sappy talking about feelings and stuff. It makes me really happy to talk about feelings, I guess. No matter what kind of feelings they are. Because, yeah, if I'm honest, recently, I haven't been feeling fly like a G6. I'm not going to get into the podcast because it's not a podcast for me to vent about stuff. It's not for me to talk about my feelings because I have other people that I trust to do that. I have my own homie marriage-bound people. Okay, they don't have the certification to listen to me, but they do listen to me, and they're the people I entrust with that. I don't want to take away from that because it's part of our own friendship and relationship or whatnot. Yeah, I don't want to impede on my own connections with people, but I will say that I found it difficult to sit down and record. And even now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not doing it all in one take. I'm taking like a few takes and I'm cutting out some snippets because I just don't feel like I'm fit to be podcasting a full-length episode. It's how I feel about it. Even though I have taken on the responsibility of uploading weekly, which is still what I'm doing, and plus I'm doing some more videos. By the way, check those out. I uploaded to actual videos, not podcast videos. So I do stuff in them. Check those out. That's a nice plug. But yeah, the point is, I need to pay attention to what I'm feeling about a certain thing. It's also important to pay attention to whatever's happening right now. I didn't want to make this a whole topic. I didn't want to make the whole podcast about the Black Lives Matter movement because I think the most important point that I can make is I'm not Black. I could never know the struggle, but I can be there to support them. So I did find it super important to just mention Black Lives Matter, support the cause, support Black activists, support Black creators, support protesters, support everyone speaking out on the cause, and do speak out on the cause because science is compliance. If you do not stand with it, do speak out, do not stay silent. And for that purpose, I'll be including links to several petitions that you can sign to be involved at least somehow in the movement because it's very easy to feel like you're not doing anything, but any action that you can take is important, so please make sure to take it. Like I said, it's not my position to talk it's time to listen to someone else. It's time to listen to the Black voices out there. So do take the time to listen and educate yourself on the issue. And if you have to educate yourself on the issue and not experience the issue itself, you are privileged. So please acknowledge your privilege and support the cause. I'm not even going to get into why you should support the cause, because what is there to argue about? Why is ending racism so controversial? And with that, I will be ending the episode. I know I ended it on a more serious note than I usually do, but things around you are serious, and if you don't want to acknowledge that, then you're blind, you're compliant, and you're in the wrong, because you do have to acknowledge it. You can't just suppress or ignore it. It's okay to take a break off of social media for the sake of your mental health. Do not ignore it. Know it's happening, please. So that was it for this week's podcast. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was a bit shorter than usual. Like I said, I didn't feel like recording a full-length episode, and there are more pressing issues I need to direct your attention to. Even though there's not many people listening to me, I feel even if I can get one new person to support the cause, I've already done something, you know? And you will be doing something as well. So, subscribe to my channel if you're on YouTube. Check out my other videos. Leave a like, comment if you want to interact with me. If you're streaming on Spotify or Google Podcasts or any other podcast platform, then subscribe to the podcast. Do tune in next Saturday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I post new episodes every week. And most importantly, do sign petitions. Do donate if you can. Support Black artists. Support Black people. Listen to what they're saying. And please don't stay silent. Snailing out.